experienced a form of dress code, I'm assuming, be it from school, work, or even their religion. But it's especially necessary to have in public schools because it's a casual dress environment and young people don't always know where to draw the line. It's not without its victims, though. Administrators tend to target girls and women more so than boys and men. And this tends to promote the unhealthy views and attitudes towards women and their appearance. So here's some reasons the dress code in public schools ought to be lightened. My first reason is that it promotes the undue sexualization of young girls. This seems to be the cause of the extreme focus on women's dress choices. The number one dress code violation in public schools is exposed shoulders, mostly on the girls' part. The most frequent justification for calling this out is, quote-unquote, the boys will be distracted. Thinking that boys will be distracted by exposed shoulders would be to think that the exposure is sexual in nature and purpose. And to think that would be to sexualize the girl who's being called out for it. In an episode of Altered States on BBC, Sophia Petros, who's 16 years old and facing the same problems in her high school, said, "You begin to associate these ideas of girls equals bad, need to cover up. Boys equals animalistic, can't control themselves." And this is true. The mentality that comes with a strict dress code tends to cater to boys in that it assumes they have no ability to control their actions or desires, and values their ability to focus in class over the mere presence of a girl in that class because she gets taken out to change. My second reason is gender bias, and this is in fact regularly present in the dress coding process. NPR Education performed an informal survey that showed that regulations are in fact more restrictive for women than for men. A personal example of mine is that I have seen girls called out for opting to wear yoga pants, skinny jeans, leggings. They're form-fitting, right? But they're comfortable. They get called out because it's form-fitting, but boys wearing tight clothing like skinny jeans do not get called out. The most they'll get is maybe a warning, but I've never seen it. This has been in my experience in the public school system. This is just what I've seen. My third reason is body shaming, and the scrutiny of a woman's outfit because of a really strict dress code can severely damage someone's self-esteem. Just telling someone to cover up a part of their body is a huge slap to the face because it basically says, hey, no one wants to see that, please cover that up. It hurts their body image. The fact that an administrator is going to such lengths to get someone's body covered up and get them to change does in fact increase their awareness and self-consciousness of that part of their body and their negative feelings. It doesn't take much for the dress coding process to come across as disgust on the part of the administrator. My fourth reason is that it wastes a lot of time. People taken out of class to correct the violation are missing important material in their classes. Some people are even sent home to change. Some schools are like that, and they miss part, if not all, of their day. Their time would be much better spent continuing the lesson in that class they were just taken out of, because they're required to come to school to learn that. A popular counter-argument in favor of strict dress codes is that girls can and do expose more than necessary to the point where it is distracting. And this is absolutely true. But administrators should be held responsible for making the distinction between what is practical or reasonable and what is inappropriate. Administrators, those who dress without posing a threat to the educational atmosphere, shouldn't be held to the crimes of those who knowingly dress inappropriately and come to school trying to cause a distraction. Another counter-argument in favor of strict dress codes is that drawing a definite line between reasonable and inappropriate dress takes a lot of effort. It's not simple or easy, and every situation is different. And that's absolutely true. Every situation is different, but the self-confidence and respectful treatment of girls should be worth the effort it takes to make the distinction in each of those situations. It's very insulting to say that their own comfort in the public school isn't worth the effort. So here's what the community can do. If someone is a school administrator or a teacher, they can consider whether or not their willingness to call someone out for a violation is due to their own sexualization of the student, or if other students are actually sexualizing them and risking distraction. If someone is a member of the school board or PTO, they can elect to have administrators begin that very mental process before calling someone out, or they can suggest revising a problematic dress code. In conclusion, I hope a solution to this problem can be found and girls can be more free to wear what they want without being shamed in the public school system. Thank you.
Yay, good.